Hey, Kathy. Hey, I wanted to just review a couple of your circle prospecting calls. I think good start, but maybe I can give you some pointers that may help a little bit in distinguishing where to put them in Infusionsoft. So let's go ahead and review this call, and we'll review the script as you're going through it, and then see where we maybe can tie it down a little bit tighter.
Hi, this is Raymond.
Who's this?
Kathy. This is Kathy. I'm calling.
So perfect so far, Kathy, and I won't stop at this much, but one of the things I wanted to highlight that you did really good is hi first name. Takes people off their guard a little bit and gives you a moment just to get into your introduction, because if you call them by their first name, they for a second may think that you know them. So great job there.
Gendry Properties, and we're doing a quick survey in the neighborhood. Hoping you might be able to help me out. We have a few home buyers that are looking in the area, and we haven't been able to find them a house. And I'm doing everything I can to kind of call around just to see if anybody knows anybody. Do you know of any neighbors or friends that might be looking to sell?
No, there's a couple houses on the neighborhood for sale.
There are a couple. Okay.
Yeah.
A couple for sale. Okay.
Actually, there's a house cut through for me right now. It's
So this will be a common kind of response to that. You know that there's the neighbor next door's for sale, and there's a couple in the neighborhood that are sell. Quick, just come back to that is, you know what? The reason that we're calling the neighborhood is we've seen everything on the MLS that's actively listed, and nothing's a perfect match for them. So just kind of curious uh, who who you might know that isn't on the market that's thinking about making a move this year. And the real goal is this is more of an excuse to the call right here. We're calling as an excuse to look for home buyers that could be in our database um, uh, in that are looking in your neighborhood. But the real reason for the call is to find out if they are. So just quick comeback. You know, we've seen everything actively listed for sale on the market, and nothing's been a perfect match. So we were hoping that we're calling through the neighborhood and hoping that you may know somebody that isn't actively on the market that's thinking about making a move in the next 12 months or so.
They fixed it up, everything, and I've been calling around to see who owns it, and because the roof's coming apart, and they redone the whole house, and there's no for sale down there, but it's been empty for about 6 years now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and this house down the street for me is 10209. That's for sale.
And 209 is for sale.
Not financial.
Awesome. Good. I am writing all this
And
down.
there's a couple of rentals and everything.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Thank you. And so, are you guys looking to sell it all in the next few months or a year?
Probably like in a year or so.
In a year? Okay.
Yeah.
So, in a year. Okay. And so how long have you lived in the neighborhood?
8 years.
8 years. 8 years there. And where did you move to the neighborhood from?
Maybe about 4 miles from here.
Oh, okay.
Area.
The same neighborhood. Okay. And if you were to make a move, would you stay in the area or would you move out of the area?
Try to stay in the area, but that's not gonna happen. We need land, and we want to go to a one story.
With land and one story. Okay. And so you know what? Since I got your phone, why don't I at least get the criteria so that.
So good so far, and I think that this is where you kind of got off script a little bit. Is just like any other call that we're doing, whether it's a buyer or an online home evaluation. We haven't done expireds with you yet, expireds, FISBOs, anything like that. The two things that we want is timing and motivation. You kind of got motivation answered. What got you thinking about making a move at this point? He said that he wanted more land in a one-story. So perfectly okay for you to skip that section because he gave it up. But you're going to go into kind of what he's looking for, which I don't mind because you can set him up on legendryproperties.com. We can start sending him out properties that match his criteria. But before you even get to that, what I would say is go into, since you got motivation a little bit, go into timing. So, Kathy, we certainly don't want to be a pest, but at the same time, we don't want to miss the opportunity to serve you when the time is right. With that in mind, you said you were about a year out. Are you thinking next summer or spring or fall? And then go into the funneling questions. If he says spring, then take a couple months that are a month or so apart and give him a couple months. So are you thinking March or are you thinking May? And that way you can really narrow in on his timing and get him into the appropriate bucket. Because like I said, which I want to set up for you if I can find some time today, we'll create those 12 buckets that we created from Will, and we'll get away from those 0 to 3, 3 to 6, 6 to 12 month buckets and put them in a very, very narrow bucket. And you'll schedule a halftime call from there. But go into timing, and then if you want to set him up on Real Geeks, certainly we can do that after the fact too. But I would do that probably at the end of the script.
Listings, then you can just peek around. So would you want like a 3-bedroom or a 4-bedroom?
Well, I thought you had a person looking for a house on the area.
Yes. This is for you personally. So
Yeah,
I'm going to give them.
I'll do it later. Not right now.
Okay, you don't want to deal with it now. All right, no problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Then just so that we don't bug you, so you think maybe a year? Okay.
Well,
So
I gotta do some painting in front of the house first before I even think about trying to sell it.
Okay. Well, if you'd like, we can send you email you some listings in the neighborhood just to get an idea how much you might want to ask for the house when you're ready. Do you want those by email?
No, that's fine.
And just to up that offer, you went to the market update offer, I think is completely appropriate because he's more than 3 months out. Again, what I would do before you got to the offer, narrow in on timing. Hey, we certainly don't want to be a pest, but we don't want to miss out on the opportunity to serve you when the time is right. With that in mind, you said a year. You're thinking summer, fall, spring of 2019. Then narrow them down to a month if you can. And obviously, not everybody knows exactly what month, but you'll make some subjective opinion after you ask the question. And then when you get to the market update offer, the way you word this will get you a different result if you do more of an assumptive close than a would you like close. So instead of an offer, just assume that he's going to want it just like everybody else in his neighborhood. So this guy's name is Raymond. So Ray probably. So, hey, Ray, thanks for your time today. A lot of your neighbors have asked me to keep them up to date with the real estate market, particularly in your neighborhood. What's your best email? I'll make sure you get the same information. Assume that he's going to want it. Couple things going on in this offer. One, people don't want to be left out. And two, we're just going to assume that he's going to give us an email. We're not going to ask for it. We're just going to say, what is it? What's your best email? I'll make sure you get the same information. Good job on this one, Kathy. I think just a couple things. Focus in on timing, get narrow with it, and then read this offer a few times to yourself out loud, and so that you can be more assumptive on that. Thanks for your time today, Kathy. Hey, you know what? A lot of your neighbors have asked me to keep them up to date on the real estate market in your neighborhood. What's your best email address? I'll make sure you get the same information. So anyhow, little tips there. I'll try to review one of your calls later on this week after you've gotten a chance to digest this and see if we can make any progress here. Thanks, Kathy. I appreciate it.